Welcome to another episode of the Creative Center Talk Show, presented by the Creative Center here in Visalia. And we have a fun show today. I know a lot of people in the audience out there are fanatics when it comes to their TV shows, or maybe binge watch a TV show on Netflix or on Hulu and all that stuff. But you know what? We would like to do that. We would like to kind of talk about our favorite TV show. And we have a full cast today of all of our hosts available today, and it's going to be a fun show. All right, so we're going to go around the table, and everybody's going to introduce themselves for today's show. So to my left, we have...
Hi, I'm John Olson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dolly.
This is Marissa.
I'm Courtney.
Laura Hess.
Stephanie Cimentel.
Edward.
Yo, a.k.a. Lowe's.
You're a woman.
April Stout.
Lori.
Hello, happy people. My name is Kristen Berrigan, and pleasure to meet you all.
Alrighty. So, yeah, today we're going to talk about our favorite TV show. Now, again, like I was talking about in our pre-meeting of our show, it doesn't have to be a new show that's out right now, like that just came out or something. It can be something with something that you grew up with, something that maybe when you were small, if you watched My Little Pony or something, and that was your favorite TV show, okay, that can be your show. If you're into a game show, that can be your show too, all right? If you're into sports and you watch a certain sports program, you know, that's a show too, okay? So we all have our likes, and some that we may not, we may kind of disagree on some of those shows, you know, but that's what we're going to talk about today. It's just our favorite show and kind of explain why, so, okay? So who wants to start out right now kind of giving us their like and what's their favorite show?
I like to watch Everybody Loves Raymond.
Everybody Loves Raymond. That's with... what's the actor's name? The comedian. I forgot his name.
His name is Ray Romano.
Ray Romano. There we go. Ray Romano.
My favorite show is Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. And we like Steve Harvey, Philip and I do.
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
Do they still have? Is it still new? Is it still coming out, or is it?
Still new.
So Vanna White is still there, or is there another somebody?
Vanna White is
Whoa, she's still there,
still
flipping
active, so
the letters.
the letters are so she can turn them and
Mm-hmm.
put her hand on them and everything.
Cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Law and Order. I like MASH and I like Full House a lot. They make me laugh.
Law and Order makes you laugh?
Yeah, no. I love to be a cop. I'm going up.
Oh, so you like the stories of investigating, huh? From Law and Order. That's one of the things that I notice a lot of my in-laws watching Law and Order. You know,
I like Ozarks and the new one too.
yeah, and it's pretty cool because it's one of those things where it starts off with something in the beginning, and you yourself are like in that journey with the detectives trying to figure it out. You know, so it keeps you kind of like in there, and I like it that it's a long show. It's not like a little 20-30 minute program. That's it. So it's pretty cool how they get you into it. Marissa?
My favorite show is Carrie Stars, Little Pony, and Care Bears.
The Care Bears?
Yeah.
The cartoon?
Yeah.
I remember seeing the Care Bears movie. Have you guys ever seen that? Back in it was 1980. It's probably still being played in Disney Channel. But there's a Care Bears movie and Care Bears movie too. So, April?
I like Little House on the Prairie
Oh.
with Michael Landon. And
Yeah.
I mean, you know, go to the west part of, you know, the country and live off the land and everything. That was fun. I mean, they had to work so hard on vines and everything, but it was a great show.
That show reminds me a lot like the Waltons. Really upbeat, peaceful type show. Have you seen the Waltons? You remember the Waltons?
Oh yeah,
I'll
I've
still
seen that too.
I'll still come around when I get a chance. I think it's on the Up channel.
My favorite TV show I like to watch is ER because I like how they save the people's lives and when somebody was in a really bad accident, they save their lives and they help them, and that's what I want to do later on in life is help people.
I thought you were gonna say, oh, because George Clooney was in there.
No, Noah Wiley, he's cute.
I remember George Clooney when he was out, like he was still young, but he was still kind of getting his career off, and that's everybody wanted to see ER because of
I
George
like it because
Clooney.
of Noah Wiley.
All right, Don.
I like to watch NCIS. The reason why I like to watch NCIS is because it's about finding people that are deceased and helping them to know what killed them and how they got killed.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I like mysteries like that is because I like whodunit kind of mysteries.
Do you remember the show? What's that called? Clue. There was actually a TV show, and then they made a movie based on the game. Carlos got something to say first.
My
Carlos.
favorite TV show is Family Feud.
Family Feud.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When they're all standing there, and then
There's Steve in the middle with the two groups having names on it.
mm-hmm.
Each like a 5 group, like a family, all together.
I think that would be fun to actually play here at the center, huh? Like one of these days, just have like a group.
Yeah.
And then you guys, what I like about it, it's more about there's no, I mean, yeah, there is wrong answers, but it's more of the top 5 answers. So your answers are right, whatever you feel like your answer is right, but they're looking for more of the top 5 answers.
The most common.
Yeah. So like, let's say they're giving an example, like the top 5 restaurants are, and to you it may be Burger King, but in their rating, top 5 is, McDonald's or whatever like that, But it's cool because then you get to see if you're in the top 5 of your picks. Dolly?
My favorite show is My Little Pony, and actually I did not grow up watching it. I grew up watching Care Bears, ironically. I don't remember anything from it. They're huggable bears. I also like NCIS. My favorite character is Gibbs, no, not Gibbs, Abby. Abby for sure. The whole 2 ponytails girl. And I'm emo but cute and stuff. It's funny. Anyways, my favorite show is My Little Pony. Teaches friendship is magic. Woo.
Care Bears. I still remember Care Bears with when all that magic comes out of their chest. They're a Care Bear stare.
Oh yeah.
You still remember that? No.
My Little Pony teaches you real friendship lessons, though, because at the end of each episode, it says what lesson they learned. It's pretty funny.
Cool.
Here.
Anybody else have a share? Edward?
My favorite TV show is French Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. The Carlton.
Yeah.
The Carlton dance. I told my wife that I wanted to start dressing more, like I call it like a preppy look, with more shirts and a tie. And she's like, "Well, you want to dress like Carlton with a bow tie?" And I'm like, "Maybe I want to do that." So one of these days, if you see me come in dressed up with a polo or with a shirt with a bow tie,
Maybe for Halloween.
I have another
I don't know.
favorite TV show also. It's on Netflix. It's called Supernatural.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one.
They already made their 12th season.
There's 12 seasons of
There's
that?
12 seasons, and they're working on season 13.
Oh wow. I didn't even know it was out that long. I heard about it.
It's pretty good.
Anybody else share anything? Stephanie wants to share hers.
Hello. Just call me Pepper and Patty. My favorite shows are, guess what? Really scary. I like American Horror Stories, like anything Chainsaw Massacre, anything with.
Whoa. So tell me, you've seen the movie It then?
Yes.
Did that scare you?
The clowns.
Did that scare you? So if you see a clown walking around right now, that wouldn't scare you? No? Okay. I think the scariest shows I've ever seen was The Twilight Zone. And after that, I just got kind of stopped watching. I don't really watch like even like The Walking Dead or anything. I don't watch that. Anybody else have a Dolly?
My favorite show out of all the shows I've watched is the one where this girl is a robot and she looks like she has a costume on and she has long hair and it's up in a ponytail and she talks like a robot talks. And there's this guy who adopted her and this boy, I think. It was a TV show that I used to watch.
The only thing I remember talking is about that little robot girl.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't remember.
You know what I'm talking
Small
about.
Wonder.
Small Wonder, yeah. I used to watch that all the time. And I used to watch the other one where the two boys are adopted, and he's always saying, "What are you talking about, Lewis?"
Different Strokes.
Different Strokes. I like different strokes.
Yeah. Different Strokes. Laura?
My TV show is Family Manners. My favorite character is Steve Urkel, make me laugh.
So, can you give me a line that Steve Urkel always says?
I found that I can't get up.
I know you can do everything, Carlos. Yeah.
I like to watch the Swiss Companies.
Oh, yeah. Did you know there was a sequel to that show? Three's a Crowd? And that never turned out really well. It was supposed to be about the main guy because he ended up marrying marrying somebody else. And then he ended up staying in with the father-in-law or something like that. So he was living with the father-in-law. It was Three's a Crowd. But that didn't do well as Three's Company. Dolly?
The only, back to the horror movie thing, the only horror movie I've ever seen was, have you guys ever seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
I know Stephanie
Yes.
probably has.
You've seen that movie? Yeah, I don't watch horror movies. Those things
Isn't
terrify
that the
me.
one with they trap them in this big cotton candy ball?
Yes,
Yep.
you're kind of correct. They actually wrap them up in these cotton candy cocoons. They kill them and then put them in there, and then they'll still be alive, but they'll also be in these balloons. It's some pretty but it's funny. It's funny. It's cheesy. Anyways, Stephanie, I did not expect that from you. I'm like, what? Yeah. Here you go.
Anybody else have something to share regarding Christian?
It's a little bit off topic what we discuss about real lifetime actors. My favorite shows has to be the long-running Pokemon series.
No, okay.
I grew up with them. I played their games, and I'm not really familiarized with the trading card games, but you know, when you're a long-term fan, you always like them, whether you don't play them, you don't watch them or not. You know.
Did Pokemon come up with like what do you call those little circle
Pokeballs?
Yeah, I mean, you use them to like hit other balls or something like that, or was there something like that with the Pokemon besides the cards? Was there anything like that, or maybe that was a different like cartoon or something? Yeah, there was like balls, or there were like pongs or something.
You're talking about another show called Bakugan, I guess.
Is that what it is? Okay. Yeah, I just seen like everybody. When I was younger, I would see everybody play with the cards, the Pokemon cards, and then you would trade them. But then I would see everybody with these little balls that were using, and they were just kind of like you would do it with marbles a little bit, but you're kind of like trading the balls around too. And I'm like, which one is that one? Like, is that Pokemon too? I don't know. I didn't even
No,
ask,
it's
so.
different series.
Yeah. Okay.
I could definitely tell.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
I like Tron. I don't know how many of you like Tron, but I do. It's a very good movie. It's about this guy who goes back and he meets his dad,
Did they make a TV show out of that?
Yeah. I don't think they made a TV show. The thing of it is, I saw the movie Tron, the second one that was made, and it was great. The music was wonderful. It's electronic music, and I like the characters in it. It's kind of sad though because he gets hurt. One of the characters gets hurt and fixed again.
Well, I remember seeing a little bit of the sequel. I think I was more into the original, the 1980s version.
I like to watch like Bill Cosby show,
Oh, okay.
especially when I get home. My favorite part is the one when he goes in the kitchen and he tries to get his toolbox out and he tries to fix the shower.
Oh,
Have you ever seen that one?
I probably have. If I come across it, I'll probably remember seeing it. The Cosby Show. Doesn't it like he's trying to fix it, but his wife is telling him like, just get a plumber or something like that.
Yes.
He's like, no, I can do it. Or
And their daughter Sandra walks in
oh, okay, yeah.
and she goes, "Dear Mom, call this number."
Oh, yeah. Don't.
I've never seen Tron, but I want to. I've been wanting to see it ever since I heard about a guy going into a video game and he sees his father who was supposedly dead, but then he finds out is alive.
Yeah, and it's based on actually the old before Nintendo, like the Atari style video games, where it was just like maybe 2 or 3 colors, and it was like more like a maze. So
More
that was
like
kind of
a
like based on
joystick.
that, like he was going into that world. So I think that's why the Neutron, when that came out, it's kind of, they're trying to update it with special effects and action and everything, but video games and the looks is completely changed from the old 80s. So everybody thought that it was going to be a little bit more different, kind of like games related to now, but it was still trying to capture the magic of the old 80s and everything, but it kind of grew out of it, but it was okay. I think it just added, they were trying to focus too much on the action and the special effects and trying to make that like stand out, like in 3D especially. Carlos, you have something to say?
My second show, my favorite is the Family Matters. But my favorite part is Myra likes Steve. Like every day I was like, oh Steve, go like that. Like I don't know why.
I still remember she plays the harmonica, or not harmonica, the what do you call that? When you play the piano, no, I can't remember that instrument. It's not the harmonica, accordion. Yeah, accordion.
Oh,
Yeah.
that way it make me laugh so hard.
Yeah,
Two of them be all together, like we like put up big faces.
like that. April.
Yeah, the Dick Van Dyke Show. It is. I've seen that before with Dick Van Dyke. He is the funniest person. He on the show. He is so funny. When he steps out and going on, he steps off and on and hit the obstacle and fall over and everything. But Dick Van Dyke Show is fun. It was funny.
My favorite show is Dragon Ball Z, Power Rangers, and Ninja Turtles.
So you like a lot of action. You like the kind of 80s style action, huh, Marissa? Yeah. Courtney?
Another favorite show I like is Keenan and Kel. Because when Kel goes, who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. And it cracks me up every single time. And when he dresses up as that plumber guy.
King of the Hill?
No, Keenan and Kel.
Oh, I thought you said King of the Hill.
Keenan and Kel.
I've never seen that shit.
Yeah. From
Same thing what Corning said. Same thing, I watched that too. Like killing the cow.
Yeah.
But my favorite part, the cow always like, who likes on soda? And like, huh? Yeah.
April?
Baywatch. That's been.
Just David Hasselhoff, okay? You don't have to say Baywatch.
No,
You can say I like watching David
I like
Hasselhoff.
Baywatch, but they have a lot of responsibilities to do. They're lifeguards, but they have to watch all the people who goes in the water and make sure they don't get hurt.
That show was kind of it kind of reminds me of a lot of like a detective type show too, because there was a lot of things that go on in the beach that even like David Hasselhoff and the other what do they call it, swim guards, bodyguards, or they all had to try to investigate things too. When they had that new movie that came out, that made no sense. I was hearing a lot about it and the reviews, and they're like, that's completely different from the old TV show where it was more like an investigating type thing, and the comedy, it wasn't really funny. I don't remember seeing Baywatch shows that was like funny into it. It was just more like investigating type shows. And when I was hearing reviews of the movie, the new one that came out, it was just like they were trying to make a really goofy, funny comedy. I'm like, that's not the 80s show that I remember. So, Laura, did you have something? No.
My favorite show I like to watch, Murder, She Wrote, is my favorite show too.
Another investigating one.
Yeah, Angela Lansbury, I love her too. Angela Lansbury, I love her so much. I love her mysteries.
Mystery shows.
Her actress in it, Carol Burnett too. She plays Annie to the English show too with her.
Ah, Laurie?
I like to. I still have the DVDs to Ozzie and Harriet.
The DVDs of the series. Oh, okay, I thought like the movie.
And I also have some of I Love Lucy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have that on PureFlix too. If you look that up.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I like Murder, She Wrote, and I also really, really like the one with the doctor in it. Because every time when I see him, he's always getting somebody.
Stephanie?
Another of my favorite shows I love to watch is The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead, 'cause it has to do with David Mortos. They're in this wedding scene. The daughters get mouth to mouth to his dad, and he turns into a zombie. And then these two bad guys lock him up in the room, and then they all die. And then they all come back.
Can you sleep?
So scary.
Can you sleep after watching those shows, Stephanie? No. Then why you keep watching it? Like, okay. We only have a couple of minutes left. I just want to share some of my shows before we close it out. I just want to say you guys watch too much TV. Too much TV. No, I'm saying. I don't know if you guys remember TGIF. Every Friday, even Hulu actually has a series there or a category there. It's called TGIF, and it's all the shows for the past like 10 to 15 years that were on TGIF. Do you guys remember Step by Step? Do you guys remember Family Matters? No, Roseanne wasn't on TGI. It was on ABC.
Vaguely.
On Friday nights and all that. So I still remember watching a lot of those TGIF shows and everything.
What was that show where they had all these girls and
8 is enough.
8 is enough? I used to watch that all the time.
I had a friend who posted a picture of their 8 kids because they got married, and one of them had 4 daughters and the other one had 4 daughters. Or no, actually it was 3 and 3. And they were all together in the van, and I'm like 8 is enough. And they just put LOL because they remember that, But my shows is Boy Meets World. I still remember that show. Fresh Prince.
Yes.
And Family Matters. Those are the 3. And it's funny because those shows used to be, Family Matters and Fresh Prince still are like a Nick and Night. So those shows actually, I know a lot of them like by heart, and they would actually help me fall asleep too. Because there's times where I come home from school, like when I was going to college, and I come home like, okay, I need to go to sleep. So I would put those shows on because they would come on like 11 to 12 o'clock, and I'm watching it, falling asleep, and I'm smiling and laughing at the same time, like, because I can picture in my head exactly what's going on, you know, each scene. When Steve Urkel and Waldo, you know, are talking to coo. I can really picture it, like, Waldo, coo, or Waldo, sup, you know. And then, of course, the Carlton, like, I can do that dance. He's doing that dance. I can dance better than he can. And he does the dance. Or dun 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 dun. So I'm sleeping and I can picture it, like, and I'm going. So those shows used to help me. I still watch it. I'm trying to get like the whole series. Full House, I've been watching it so many years that I kind of I'll take a little break from that. But Family Matters and what was the other show I was talking about? Family Matters and Fresh Prince. Those shows I can watch over and over and over again. So that is it, guys. We don't have that much time. We're running out of time here. I know we only have so much time, and we have a lot of us to say on our shows, but we all got a chance to say what our favorite shows are and what we like and everything. So it's pretty cool. So I'm pretty sure the audience that's listening to this show right now, if you have a favorite show that you like, go ahead and put it in the comment there, what kind of show that you like, and that way we all here can look at the comments too and see what your show is like. Okay, alrighty, so that will end it for today's episode of the Creative Center Talk Show, and everybody here in the table says bye.
Goodbye.